This object wasn't made to stick on paper. It was made to open nations or seal someone out of them. Before stamps, before envelopes, before ordinary people could send words across distance, communication, the writer-tion, and the message belonged to power. Empires controlled the roads, the riders, and the messages that shaped history. To send a message was not a right. It was a privilege granted by authority. Empires built highways not for travelers but for control. Relay stations stood across continents so orders could outrun rebellion. For ordinary people, distance meant silence. Messages rarely traveled beyond the horizon. The world felt larger than voices could reach. For centuries, letters weren't prepaid. Distance was demanded at the door. Receiving a message meant paying for it. Pay the fee to receive it.
We have nothing to pay.
We can't. Take it back.
Then you get nothing. If the price felt too high, the message stayed unread. Words from loved ones returned simply because they were too expensive to receive. The system functioned but discouraged connection. Distance turned communication into a burden. By the 18th century, mail had rules, but not fairness. Every mile increased the cost. Every sheet raised the price. Sending a letter became less about words and more about calculations.
For the poor, letters became rare. For the wealthy, routine. The system separated voices by wealth.
By the early 19th century, the system was collapsing under cost, confusion, and inefficiency. Letters piled up while communication slowed. Reform was no longer optional, it was inevitable. In this moment of failure, a simple but radical idea began forming. In 1837, British reformer Rowland Hill proposed prepaid postage, a system where the sender paid once and anyone could afford to communicate.
One flat rate, simple rules, equal access, a small concept with global consequences.
Despite resistance, the idea moved forward. The world was about to see its first adhesive stamp. In 1840, the United Kingdom released the first adhesive stamp in history.
It bore the portrait of Queen Victoria, symbol of authority, trust, and reach.
With that small square of paper, communication changed forever. Nations followed one by one. Stamps became symbols of sovereignty and identity. In 1874, the Universal Postal Union unified global mail into one system. For the first time, a letter could cross the world under shared rules. Across wars, technologies, and revolutions, stamps adapted with the world. Even today, a stamped document carries weight beyond a digital message. One of the smallest inventions in history, yet powerful enough to open nations or seal someone out of them.